Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man, Donovan Sharp.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 1227th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity, misogyny, and small dick energy. It is Friday, March the 6th of 2026. I just realized something. So if it's Friday the 6th, that means next Friday is Friday the 13th. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we had a Friday 13th in February. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure, somebody can look that up for me. I'm pretty sure there was a Friday the 13th this past February. Right? I thought we had a Friday 13th in February. So I'm thinking that the way February and March works is that if there's a Friday 13th in February on a non-leap year, then there is going to be a Friday the 13th in March. How about that? And when I say non-leap year, that's the non-leap year. That's the that of course is the a year like today, a non-leap year. So good to have you guys in. Good to have you guys in here today. As always, we are streaming live across multiple platforms. We are streaming on Facebook. We are streaming on X. We are streaming to 2 YouTube channels, and I'm doing like a dual cast because YouTube just gave me. Matter of fact, let me check. Because YouTube gave me the option of doing... a live stream like in landscape and a live stream... Want to listen while your screen is locked? I'm not doing that. I'm doing a live stream on like the vertical, on horizontal and vertical. So I'm going to have to check that out. I'm not signed into that account, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. At any rate, wherever you're watching... however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharp Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Quick announcements before we get started here, guys. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you like the video. Gentlemen, it is the most important metric that YouTube looks at to determine the video's place in the algorithm. Okay? Also, if you consistently hit the like button on my live streams, it increases the likelihood of you getting notified whenever I go live. So, if you want to make sure you get those notifications when I go live, and 2 birds with 1 stone, make sure we get the word out, make sure we get pushed up in the algorithm. Hitting that like button will most definitely help, along with hitting that notification bell. So make sure you guys hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate your help with that. Also, make sure you share this video with anyone who pees standing up, anyone with a Y chromosome. Imagine your brother, your buddy, your coworker, or even your dad thanking you for changing the very trajectory of his life because you shared a video or a short or a clip with them. And remember this, and I always tell you guys this, there is no need to accompany the sharing of any of my videos with some sort of long explanation as to why they need to watch it. Just drop the link, and if they have questions, then you can answer them. But this is the best way to get the word out. Again, no paragraphs of text, okay? No, hey, you need to watch this, bro. This is the red pill. None of that. Simply drop the link, and let the chips fall where they may. Also, be sure to join my Discord. We have a lot of fun over there. We drop videos. We talk about dating, relationships. We share funny videos, memes, talk about current events, the whole nine. Discord is definitely the platform that you need to join us on if you want to communicate with the family on a regular basis. So if you have any videos to share, any ideas to bounce off me and the guys, or if you're just looking for a community of like-minded men, join our Discord. Link is in the description. However, Dr. B84 has informed me that we are at 482 Discord members. And I have pinned that link to the top of the chat. So if you want to join that Discord, if you want to be the 500th member, go ahead and join that Discord. And oh, by the way, just a quick note on Discord. I've been working with Big Mo on my Discord. There's something wrong with my Discord. There's something going on. Big Mo is looking into it. For whatever reason, my Discord it doesn't have the options that allows me to mod anybody right now. I clearly own the server. It's my Discord, but for whatever reason, I don't have those options. That's why I haven't been able to find. That's why I haven't been able to make or mod anybody or make anybody an administrator. But I am working on that. I'm actively working on that. So please be patient with me. I am definitely working on getting better at Discord. But again, the link is the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Dr. B84 says I will drop a $500 super chat when we hit 500 members. So there you go, guys. There we go. Hey, man, I'm gonna give you a preemptive Don DeMarco for that. Oh, crap. Never mind. Of course, you guys always know. You guys always know. Say it all together. I always get the sound wrong. This is just how it goes. Let's try this again. There we go. Very nice. Absolutely. Yeah, Dr. B84 says, yeah, we need to switch that up. Yeah, something is going on with my Discord because I actually was on with Mo and I was doing it with him step by step and he's like, wait a minute, you should have. There's like 3 or 4 different options that he says I should have that I don't. So I put in a support ticket and hopefully that gets resolved over the weekend. Guys, make sure you follow me all over social media. I am on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on X, I'm on Snapchat, and if you can believe it, I am on TikTok. You can find all the links to all of my social media pages in the description and on my YouTube, as well as on my YouTube. Hang on a second. My YouTube page. Why is this there? There we go. There we go. Also, make sure you follow me on Rumble. Rumble is where I do all of my not safe for YouTube content, like my dating show breakdowns, my movie breakdowns, my sports watch-alongs, and so forth. Guys, Rumble is where I shoot my premium Patreon content. So if you want to join the fun, get educated, and watch my most impactful content live, follow me on rumble.com/Donovan Sharp. And finally, if you want the best dating wisdom on the net, pardon me, make sure you go to datingwisdom.net. There you will find all of my books and courses, from my 5-part 7-hour audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, to my 25-hour course on dating and relationships, to my signature series, Womanese 101. You will find quite literally everything you need to dominate the dating market here in the 2020s. Ugh, pardon me, Jesus Christ. So go to datingwisdom.net if you are looking for real-world actionable advice, as well as step-by-step advice, guidance, in terms of how to navigate today's dating and relationship landscape. You can also book a one-on-one consultation with yours truly on datingwisdom.net. I will guide you. I will guide and advise you through any situation, any relationship or dating situation you currently find yourself in, such as a disrespectful girlfriend or wife, or maybe you aren't getting the sex you want and need from your main girl, or perhaps your side chick is acting up. Maybe there's a woman that you've identified as a potential significant other and you need help making sure that she's the genuine article. Perhaps your rotation has slowed down a bit and gone dry. Maybe you suspect infidelity and you need assistance connecting the dot. Perhaps you need advice on how to deal with girls you don't take seriously. Any and every possible dating and or relationship scenario or issue you are dealing with, I can help. And the reason I can help is because I have been through every single solitary dating and relationship situation many times over, gentlemen. I've been cheated on, I've been cheated with, I've smashed coworkers, I've been caught cheating, I've fallen for side chicks, I have made 304s my girlfriends when I had absolutely no business doing so. I have committed to strippers. I have paid the bills for sluts who are sleeping with other men. You name it, I've been through it. I have made every conceivable mistake a man could possibly make when dealing with the second sex. And because of that, I'm confident that I can guide you through whatever dating and relationship situation you're dealing with, except for how to get your ex-girlfriend back. Look, guys, if your girl dumped you and you want someone to tell you how to get her back, save your money, because I'm the wrong guy, okay? I do not give the kind of advice that is easy to follow. I give the kind of advice that works. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, no matter how cold and brutal that truth is. So, if you are looking for someone, with extensive experience with women, okay, who is also going to shoot you straight, go to datingwisdom.net, just like you see on the screen. You're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to tap the white Get Started button. Then, you're going to scroll down until you see my picture with the caption, Private Conversation or Consultation with Donovan Sharp. You're going to tap that. You're going to select a date you'd like to talk. You're also going to give me a brief description of your situation. Now, keep in mind that it is very, very important that you include your cell phone number in that description so that my assistant can reach out to discuss the date and time you would like to talk, okay? These are one-on-one FaceTime/video consultations, but you do not have to appear on camera if you don't want to, and all consultations are 100% confidential. You can find the link to book a one-on-one consultation with me in the description. That is datingwisdom.net. Taxes may apply depending upon where you live. However, if you cannot afford a consultation or you just don't want to make me richer, you can join me every Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. At 1:30 p.m. Pacific for my free one-on-one consultations. Again, you do not have to appear on camera for those, and you don't even have to give me your real name. All you got to do is pull up and be completely honest, and I will do my level best to help you out. So that's the way those things go. All right, guys. Okay, good stuff. All right, that is going to do it. That is going to do it for my announcement. However, you guys know that it is Friday, which means I'm going to give you my Friday night advice for those of you who are still running through hoes and building harems. Okay, number 1, wrap your dick, guys. Use a fucking condom. Number 2, call an Uber. All right. Number 3, send that morning after text no matter what. The reason I tell you these things is that there are few things in life that can turn a man's life completely upside down, literally overnight, than knocking up a yacht thought, a DUI, or a false rape accusation. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, as the saying goes, but this particular proverb is way out of date given the current climate we find ourselves in. For men here in 2026, an ounce of prevention is worth avoiding 18 years of child support, 5 figures at least in attorney's fees, and having your good name and reputation dragged through the mud, not to mention getting fired or losing your income, because of course you are guilty until proven innocent. So in this case, an ounce of prevention is probably worth a little more than $250,000. Gentlemen, look, if you wrap up, pull out, and then put hot sauce in the condom and flush it down the toilet, you got nothing to worry about. If you call an Uber to take you home rather than driving drunk, you got nothing to worry about. If you send her that morning after text, or in some cases, the smash after text for good measure, you drastically decrease the odds of being a victim of a false rape accusation. You decrease your odds substantially more by installing cameras at your place and recording everything. So to all my players out there, my womanizers, my thought chasers, be smart out there tonight, guys. Wrap up, call an Uber, and tell her via text message that you had a great time and you cannot wait to smash her out again or hang out again. You guys know how that goes. You guys know how that goes. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see here. All right. Jesus, what is that? Sorry about that. All right, it is time for our daily age and location check. So if you guys would put your age and location in the chat, myself and everyone in here would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So for example, I would type in 48/Reno, just like you see on the screen, because I am 48 years old and I live in Reno. Simple math. The reason we do this, guys, is because if you are here, there is a better than average chance that you think the way we do here at TSR Towers, but you also understand how difficult it is to meet like-minded people who share our beliefs. Well, by putting your age and location in the chat, you allure people here who might live in your proximity that you are watching. You never know. Someone could be watching from your city, your neighborhood, your street, your block, maybe even in your own building. So this particular check is how we build communities of like-minded men. So put your age and location in the chat if you are interested in building relationships with people who think the way we do. All right, cool. I think that just about does it. I think that just about does it for all of the announcements and everything. Today is going to be, this is interesting. So today is going to be a shorter show, and by a shorter show, I mean it's probably going to be 2 hours. You guys know that I usually live stream 3.5, between 3.5 and 5 hours, depending upon the topic. today, I have a hard out at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's going to be a shade under 2 hours. Why is that, you ask? Well, that's very, very simple. FP3 as well as qualifying is today. FP3 is going to be at 5:10, and this is FP3, F1, Formula 1. Free practice 3 is at 5:10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm not missing that for anything. And I think qualifying is at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Very, very much looking forward to that. Had a great time watching FP free practices 1 and 2. The fastest in free practice 1 was Lewis Hamilton, which was Lewis Hamilton was the fastest in FP1. Not to say he's not having a great preseason so far, but on his last flying lap, he was aided down the stretch. He got what they call a tow from Pierre Gasly, who was starting his flying lap. So in other words, Pierre Gasly was cutting a hole in the air for Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton, being the professional he is, tucked in right behind Pierre Gasly and probably got an extra tenth or two, which put him over the top. In FP2, if I can remember, who was the fastest in free practice 2? Who was the fastest? I know it was Antonelli and Russell who were. I think it might have been. Oh, Oscar Piastri. That's who it was. Oscar Piastri was the fastest in FP2, followed in no particular order. Kimi Antonelli and George Russell. And listen, word on the street is that Mercedes is the team to beat this weekend and probably all year long. We will see what four-time champion Max Verstappen has to say about that. Something else that has become clear to me in F1, at least just from the first couple of practices, it appears that Isaac Hadjar is going to be able to slay the bull. For those of you who are new to Formula One, Red Bull is one of the 4 big teams. Well, lately, Max Verstappen, the best driver in the world, has gone through number 2 drivers. He started out with Sergio Perez. Red Bull gave him a 2-year contract, and then Sergio Perez, whose nickname is Checo, forgot how to drive the race car. Forgot how to drive the race car. Since then, Max has sort of gone through number 2 drivers. They tried Liam Lawson out. That didn't work. They tried Yuki Tsunoda. That didn't work either. Well, Isaac Hadjar appears to be the genuine article because he is driving the hell out of that car. And so it appears, at least in the early going, that Isaac Hadjar is going. And I don't know if he says he likes it pronounced Isaac Hadjar. Isaac. He's French, but he's a 21-year-old Frenchman racing driver. He really, really is having a very, very good free practice session series. So we'll see what happens come Saturday night on the West Coast. But we'll see. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right. Listen, today's show is going to be absolutely incredible, albeit short relative to the shows that I normally do in terms of length. It's going to be very, very educational. It is going to be extremely educational. So, as Steve the Dean used to say, get your crayons out because you guys are going to definitely want to take notes. Get your notes app out, or you can just save the video. One of the two. That would work. All right, let us go through the age and location. End of the line. I'm going to give you a Don DeMarco on the Rumble side. He is watching from Western Canada. Good to see you in here. Appreciate that very, very much. Let's see what we got. Hang on a second. You guys are. There we go. Hold up. Ah, there it is. Sorry about that. I lost it there for a second. $20. Oh, I'm sorry. Shout out to. Wait, I can't see your name. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, shout out to Rob Marine with the $20 super chat. Said, Donovan, finally able to catch a live stream a long ways away from the Sharp Towers and Sharpshooters Bowling League. From your 2017-2018 stream. Salute to you and yours. Keep dropping these nuggets. Rob Marine. Oh, Rob Cruz! Oh, shit! Rob Cruz is in the house. Man, Rob Cruz is one of the old school TSR OGs, so shout out to him. Glad he is in here today. Shout out to the lovely and talented Devin, who appears to be in the chat. James Hancock says, Don, learn the hard way so we don't have to. Yep. Absolutely. All right. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got. Ulf Hedin checking in from Houston. Is Houston's area code 713 or is it? I can't. I think 713 is Houston. I think. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, checking in from Houston. Dio in the chat checking in from Orlando, right down Highway 4. James Hancock watching from picturesque Bozeman, Montana. Josborn X watching from the Lone Star State. 19 Shane checking in from the home of Muhammad Ali, Louisville, Kentucky. Nain Rouge checking in from the Motor City, Detroit. Jethro Raffro is watching from Iowa. Shout out to you. Johnny Elligan watching from the Lone Star State as well, Rosenberg, Texas. Robert Anderson watching also from Arlington, Texas. Scott Valdez checking in from the 813, which is Tampa, Florida. James Marshall watching from the Empire State. Stumbo is checking in from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I played a baseball tournament in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I actually played a baseball tournament in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Very good. THN checking in from P8, or from PA rather. The Keystone State, that's what it is. The Level Up Man watching from the Big Easy. Mac today is in North Little Rock, Arkansas. I think isn't that Bill Clinton's hometown? I don't know. That might be him. Who knows? Eddie Delva watching from Goleta, California. Goleta, California is in Santa Barbara County. It's an hour and a half plus north of Los Angeles. Appreciate that. Ulf Hedin says NASCAR has been wild this year. Yeah, one guy's won all the races. That's Tyler Reddick. That's insane. I've never seen anything like it. Neutron Splicer watching from, let me think. Watching from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. JD Cruz from right down the road in Sacramento. Shout out to you. Dr. B84 watching from San Antonio, Texas, but soon to be 42. Black Russian Lom checking in from Long Island. Jamal Miller watching from the nation's capital. Appreciate that very, very much. Ollie J Real Music says, yeah, 713 is correct. Okay. So Houston is a 713. Good stuff. Oh, 713 and 281 are Houston area codes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Trey Raven watching from the Cactus State. I know that's not the nickname for Arizona, but there's a lot of cactuses. You know how that goes. Dr. B84 says 734 is Michigan. I think isn't Detroit, I think their area code is 313, maybe? 432 Hertz Distorted Music, watching from Stratford, Connecticut. Good to see you in here. Red Mutt on the Rumble side says regular live stream and oh boy. Says hell yeah, Don. Okay, appreciate that. Rouge Elite says on the Rumble side says I don't usually comment. I listen while I'm doing work on my laptop. My only question is why do you talk? Oh, here we go. Why do you talk about black people in front of white people on their platform? It makes us look negative. Because I want to, and that's just what I'm gonna fucking do. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna talk about, and here's the thing, Rouge Elite, and I appreciate you commenting and giving me your thoughts. I don't talk about black people, okay? I talk about niggas, all right? There is a big difference between black people and niggas. You see, you, Rouge Elite, you are a black man, okay? The people I talk about are niggas. And so the reason I talk black people in front of white people on their platform, look. It doesn't matter where I talk about black people, okay? It doesn't matter where I talk about niggas, because if I was on some other platform, if I was on a black-owned platform, okay, you'd be like, well, why are you talking about black people on a black-owned platform? No, you just have a problem with the fact that I talk about niggas. I hold niggas accountable, okay? And I appreciate you watching, but if you don't like the way I talk about black people, my guy, then you can fuck off, my friend. Like, you can fuck off. Like, I don't give a shit. I really just don't care. I talk about them because, well, that's what I fucking want to do. It is my First Amendment right to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about, and not you or anyone else is going to stop me from talking about it. Respectfully. Scott88 watching from the Sunshine State. Jason versus Freddy watching from the flyover state of Nebraska. Rouge Elite says, and I have to go back to work with white people. I don't need them thinking I'm ghetto black. So because of the fact that I talk about niggas and their bad behavior, people you work with think you're ghetto? No. If people you work with think you're ghetto, Rouge, it's got nothing to do with my narrative or commentary and everything to do with the way you act, okay? Don't blame me for the way people treat you and perceive you. You are in charge of the way people perceive you. Not Donovan Sharp, not Shaquille O'Neal, who's on my screen, not anybody but you. Rouge Elite also says, just keep the bad comments about black people for other black ears only. No. Respectfully, Rouge Elite. Fuck you. Fuck you. Seriously. Disrespectfully, fuck you. You're gonna come on my channel and tell me what to talk about? No. Fuck you and fuck off. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck how long you've watched me. Fuck you. Unsubscribe and fucking get lost. The fuck out of here. Just keep the bad comment. Okay, no, shut the fuck up. I talk about what the fuck I want and who the fuck I want to talk about. And if you don't like it, you can fucking kick rocks. Swear to God, every fucking episode, we got niggas in here trying to tell me what I can and can't say. The fuck do you think you are, nigga? I don't even obey. I don't even do what the fuck my mom tells me to do. What the fuck makes you think I'm gonna do what the fuck you want me to do? I'm a grown fucking man. And I live in the United States of fucking America. And if I want to talk about niggas, that's what the fuck I'm gonna talk about. And if you don't like it, you can fuck off. Swear to God. Max says he doesn't listen to the show. No, he doesn't, clearly. Very good comment. Jock Silver says, Rouge Elite, start your own podcast.
Yep.
It's actually a good idea. It's actually a very good idea. Very good idea. Name Rouge says Detroit area is 313. What did I say? Did I say it was 3-1? I think Chicago's is 312. I think. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. You know what I'm saying. King Life says, Rouge Elite, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Absolutely. Name Rouge says, wow, D-Man is mad. Yes. Yeah, man. Like, I get pissed off when I get, dude, every fucking day. I get niggas, and the funny thing is, this is so funny. This nigga does what everybody does. Donovan, I'm a huge fan. You change lives, but I really don't like the way you talk about black people. Well, luckily for you, I don't talk about black people. I talk about niggas. There's a difference. All right. Oh, Juan Williams is back. I haven't watched him in a while. Skydaddy says, speaking of F1, did you ever watch the movie with Brad Pitt? Yes, I did. And word on the street is that there is a sequel. Getting ready to come out. All right, guys, today I'm going to go old school. And I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do the password episode. And listen, I know a lot of you guys have seen and heard the password episode. However, I have added a lot more information. So you guys are definitely going to want to stick around for that. Legend said with the $2 super chat says only niggas police nice. There it is. Only niggas police blackness. Black people do not. That's right. That's just how it is. Like, it is what it is. Ulfadine 92 with the $2 super chat says that Carmelo trial coming. You gonna cover it? Oh, hell yeah. Exactly. Yeah, Jay Blaze says they don't need Brad for the sequel. Dude, they don't need Brad or Damson Idris for the sequel. They really, they don't need either one of them. Like, it speaks for itself. Rouge Elite says, bro, I meant no disrespect. I'm just talking to you man to man. I got nothing but respect for you, and I just asked a question. Nope.
Nope.
Fuck you. Fuck out of here. Number one, you ain't talking to me man to man. Number two, you didn't just ask a question. You actually told me, just keep the bad comments about black people for other blacks' ears only, please. You didn't just ask me a goddamn question, nigga. You trying to tell me what the fuck to do. And you said you meant no disrespect? Yeah, I took it as fucking disrespect. God damn it. And just because you talk to me man to man doesn't fucking mean I gotta respect your ass. Now, I'm sure you're a black man and not a nigga, but my guy, like my nigga, you gotta quit defending these motherfuckers, bruh. You think these niggas are not gonna rob you because you happen to share their skin tone? Fuck no. Man, I hate niggas, and you should too. You wanna know why? Because niggas hate you too, bruh. Niggas hate me, and niggas hate you. Can't stand niggas, man. Quit. Honestly, Rouge, you're better than this. Okay? Quit caping up for these fucking mongrels, bruh. These people are monkeys. They are a scourge on our society. Seriously. Like, people have had enough. People have had enough. Shit. I don't give a fuck. Respectfully. Isn't there a guy? There's a guy on Instagram. There's a guy on Instagram. His name is like I am 6'7", and all of his videos are like this. He watches the video. He's like, "Yo, you see what happened was his bitches ain't really shit. Like, I mean, you know, the girl weighs 308 pounds, and look, if she wants a 6'6" man, hey, that's cool. But I'm just saying, like, if you want a 6'6" man, you're gonna have to hit the treadmill, respectfully." Oh boy. Oh boy. Ulf Hadeen says the Gladiator sequel was a letdown. I think Denzel was the reason. Sorry, not sorry. It doesn't matter. Who cares? No, the Gladiator sequel, I don't think the Gladiator sequel was underwhelming. I think they just went too over the top with it. Denzel's character didn't really move the needle for me. I think the Gladiator sequel was it was cool to watch, you know, it was visually appealing, but I don't think the sequel was bad because of Denzel. I mean, listen, the movie could have done without Denzel, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it was cool, you know, spoiler alert, you know, the whole Maximus's son and this and that and the third, and you know, Connie Nielsen was in it and this and that and the third, but you know, I don't know. You could be right. You could be right. You could be right. You know how that goes. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. All right. Yes, the Level Up Man says Gladiator 2 was bad because it was about 20 years too late. I think Gladiator is one of those movies that could have done without a sequel, right? Like it could have like there are only and not to get off in this, I promise you we're gonna get around to the topic here. It's very, I don't even know what the percentage is. Most sequels are not as good as the original. There are a few exceptions. For example, for those of you old enough to remember, Rocky 2 was much better than Rocky. Rocky 3 was better than Rocky 2, and Rocky 4 was better than Rockies 3, 2, and 1. Rocky 5, nope. Not so much. Rocky Balboa, nope. Not so much, right? But the Rocky series, the Rocky franchise, and I like what they've done with the Creed thing. I like the angle they've gone with that. Very, 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 very cool. Loved Creed 2. Fucking Victor Drago, dude, oh my god, almost jumped out of my fucking pants when I saw that trailer. I saw Drago up against the ropes, and I was like, say what? And then I saw Rocky and Drago in the ring. I was like, I almost lost my fucking mind. Well, the reason why is because Rocky 4 is my favorite movie. It's my favorite movie, not to be confused with the best movie I've ever seen. Rocky 4 is my favorite movie. The best movie I've ever seen is The Shawshank Redemption. Not going to get onto all that. But Top Gun, that's another one. Top Gun Maverick was, Top Gun Maverick was awesome. Like the Top Gun sequel was awesome. And one of the main reasons the Top Gun sequel was awesome is, well, Maverick didn't really age. You know what I'm saying? Like Maverick didn't really age. Like Tom Cruise looks like he did back in 1986 when the movie came out. But Top Gun Maverick was fucking awesome. It was incredible. Yeah, the Expendables are also good. Yeah, Eddie Delva says Coming to America 2, they tried too hard, thumbs down. No, Coming to America had feminist written all over it. Had feminism written all over it. Jock Silver says Gladiator is a classic that stands on its own, did not need a sequel. I agree. Totally agree. Oh, there it is. There's one. THNZXC. Terminator 2 is one of my favorites still. Absolutely. Absolutely. Terminator 2 was better than Terminator. Terminator was awesome. Terminator 2 was out of this world. And Terminator Salvation, Terminator Twist of Fate, and the bitches. No, Terminator 2 was the GOAT. Terminator 2 was the GOAT. Legend said I liked Iron Man 2. Listen, all the Iron Man, Iron Man was awesome. Iron Man 2 was awesome. Iron Man 3 was great. Anything with Iron Man in it was awesome. Anything with Iron Man 3 in it. Anyway, but that I said all that to say, I think Gladiator 2 is unnecessary. The first Gladiator was incredible. Incredible. It was insane. And I think the guy who wrote the score is probably one of the greatest movie composers in history, in Hans Zimmer. I'd probably put him up there with maybe Danny Elfman, but Hans Zimmer, in my mind, is the greatest. He is the greatest movie composer ever. It's incredible. It's incredible. Jay Blaze says Gladiator 2 didn't respect the masculinity of Gladiator 1. That's exactly right. Coming to America 2 basically took a shit on masculinity. That's how it works. That's how that's how it works. Ulf Hadeen says it's become movie night in the chat. Bro, stick around, man. Like we talk yo, Ulf is new here, bro. We talk about all kinds of stuff. We talk about man, don't get me started. Dude, we've talked about Little Debbie cakes, we've talked about video games, we've talked about our favorite fast food burgers. We talk about everything. We talk about all that stuff. We will get back to the conversation. However, it is time to get into what we all came here to learn. Now, of course, a lot of you guys have heard and or seen this particular password episode, but get your crayons out, guys, because I've added a lot more relevant and pertinent information for you. Everybody has weaknesses, guys. Okay? Me, I have weaknesses. You have weaknesses. Everyone listening, we all have weaknesses. We all have an Achilles heel or two. Most of us have more than that. Now, I want you to keep in mind that not all weaknesses are created equally. All right? Most weaknesses that any given person, man or woman, has are minor and relatively inconsequential. It may inconvenience them for a short period of time or maybe impede their progress, but by and large, minor weaknesses don't completely derail you unless, of course, you let them. Well, of course, on the opposite side of that coin, we have major weaknesses. Okay, these are the things that can turn our lives completely upside down, things that can destroy us mentally, physically, financially, and so forth. As we get older as men, okay, as we get older and become a bit more experienced, minor weaknesses can easily become major weaknesses and vice versa. We live and learn, right? We adjust and evolve. Pardon me. We adjust and evolve, right? We learn, we correct our mistakes, and we learn to mitigate and in some cases even eliminate some of our weaknesses. Now, there are plenty of things that make really, really smart men really dumb. But the one thing that seems to stupefy even the most intellectually cerebral men are, of course, beautiful women. Okay, Chris Rock said it best, and I forgot what comedy show it was on, but I'll never ever forget this. He said there is no more powerful force on the planet than female beauty, and he is 761% correct, gentlemen. Beautiful women make even the smartest and most disciplined men do the dumbest things. Now, a lot of guys like to say, man, oh man, my weakness is women. Guys, I'm here to tell you, women are not a weakness, okay? Women are not a quote-unquote weakness, okay? It is biologically normal for men to want to have sex with as many women as humanly possible before we kick the bucket. It is encoded in our DNA. It's our nature. Years ago, I remember seeing a Facebook post that said something like, if a man could completely eliminate our need for sex, we would be free men. Well, I wholeheartedly disagree with that, because if a man can control himself and not make bad decisions because of his insatiable desire for women, that is what makes him a free man. We like to call that dick discipline. But the hard truth is that we as men make terrible decisions based on our desire to sleep with women. Happens every day, okay? But that's beside my overarching point. My point is that we can wish for not wanting sex all we want to. And outside of getting your testicles surgically removed, that ain't happening, okay? Our desire to pursue sex is programmed in us. It is biologically and evolutionarily necessary. A man's desire to have sex with women is critical to the survival of the human species, so that's not going away ever. So instead of wishing as men to be free of the desire to want sex, what you need to do is you need to work on yourself to build the discipline to show the imperviousness in the face of your carnal desires, especially when she's wrapped in a pretty package. But going back to what I said earlier, the reason why women have been labeled as a weakness by so many men isn't because of their nature to pursue women, okay? It is because of the risks that come with said pursuit. As recently as I would say, 60, 70 years ago, women weren't seen as a weakness for men because most women were well behaved, right? They knew their place. They elevated the lives of the men they were with, and they raised strong, well-adjusted children. Now think about and think about this contrast. Think about this contrast. Just really think about this. Back in, let's say, I don't know, the 50s, maybe the 60s, if a man had a big family, right? If he had a big family and a lot of kids, he was considered to be blessed and fortunate, right? He's got a doting, dutiful wife. He's got, I don't know, 4 to 6 healthy children. All of that was a life to be desired back then. But here in 2026, gentlemen, things could not be any more different. A man with 4 or more children is far from being considered fortunate or blessed. If he's got that many children, there is a better than average possibility that there is more than one mother, which means child support. And we all know how detrimental that is to a man's finances, his sanity, his mental well-being, and sometimes even his freedom. And even if all, let's just say for the sake of argument, even if all of the children are with the same woman, and if this woman were his wife, we're counting down the days until she serves him with divorce papers, which then begins the process of transferring his resources directly to her, which law number 18 of the 49 laws of Sharp states is one of feminism's 4 main objectives. So I want you guys to take a look at your screen and listen. This is law number 18 of the 49 laws of Sharp. Here we go.
Transfer resources from men to women. This is made obvious with our family court and divorce laws, but now that more men are opting out of marriage for obvious reasons, the system has created alternative ways for women to extrapolate resources from men. Baby trapping, also known as spurglary, paternity fraud, and common law marriage are just the tip of the iceberg. But what you probably don't know is that dating apps also help fulfill this objective. The purpose of dating apps is to make money, nothing more. The developers couldn't care less about, quote, bringing happy couples together. So it should come as no surprise that the overwhelming majority of the revenue generated by these apps is from men. Objective 2, to remove all sexual restraints from women while placing them on men. The glorification of promiscuity, single motherhood, abortion combined with the hashtag MeToo movement, the ever-changing, quote, consent goalpost, and legislation against, quote, toxic masculinity facilitates this objective quite effectively. Objective 3, to remove all responsibility from women and placing it on men, while taking away male authority and giving it to women. Women are never held responsible for their actions even when they are clearly at fault, whereas men are held responsible for anything that does not have a favorable outcome despite not having any involvement. But even though men are held responsible when there is an outcome that is not favorable, their authority has been stripped away from them. It is subsequently given to women. Objective 4, to feminize men and masculinize women. Women are encouraged to take on masculine traits while being shamed for being feminine and valuing conventionally feminine values. Men, on the other hand, are forced to take on feminine traits for fear of job loss, false rape accusations, and even prosecution.
The overarching point there, guys, is that one of feminism's 4 main objectives, as you guys could see, I think the first main objective for feminism is the transference of resources from women to men. Okay? It's the transference of resources from women to men. This is why, even though a man has a happy family, like I said before, we are counting down the days until she serves him with the divorce papers. The point is, guys, is that very few women today are actually investable commodities, right? Like back in the day, you could pick out a woman, right? Just pick out any given woman, as long as she's decent. And it was far more likely than not that she was going to be a submissive, dutiful wife who had your children, took care of your home, took care of you, and get this, they were actually happy to do it. Obviously, that's not the case today, as most women in this part of the world make terrible wives, bad girlfriends, and absolutely deplorable mothers. Hell, even girls who are strictly for recreational use only are becoming increasingly risky to deal with, even though you're only smashing them. But here's the thing. Most men are aware of this, okay? Whether they're aware of a woman's true nature or not, we all know that most bitches really ain't shit. Okay, the proof is all around us every day. Just watch TV. Watch movies like we were talking about earlier. Look at commercials. Go to Reddit, go to Facebook, go to Instagram, any other kind of media. And it is very easy to see that most women in this part of the world are useless outside of the 3 holes they use to pleasure the countless men in their phones. Even then, men who know this continue to make the same mistakes with the wrong women. Even red pill aware men are getting tripped up by females these days, guys. Their last 5 girlfriends have all cheated on them, and they all think and question themselves. They all think the same thing. Why the hell do I keep falling for these girls? I know what I'm supposed to look out for. I know how to disqualify certain women for long-term relationships because of Donovan's book, 16 Ways to Immediately Disqualify a Woman for a Long-Term Relationship. I bought How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, both of which can be found on datingwisdom.net. I know I'm not supposed to commit to women I've smashed on the first date. I know I'm not supposed to commit to single mothers, and I know I'm not supposed to commit to girls with tattoos. So why in the blue hell do I keep getting into relationships with women who cheat on me with their exes, or Kevin in the sales department, or Kevin's best friend, Dave the unemployed garage band guitar player, who may or may not be having an affair with a wife of 7 years, who may or may not have already had 2 of his kids that her husband may or may not know about? If hindsight is 20/20, we ask ourselves, why can I never identify where I go wrong with these women? Well, the answer is very simple, gentlemen. The reason you cannot seem to find that point in your relationship where you lost your way and all common sense and abandoned your red pill conditioning is because these girls are using your password against you, as a lot of you guys have already stated in the chat. So now, those of you who have never heard or seen this concept before, you're asking, okay, Donovan, what the hell is a password and how does that apply to me? I'm glad you asked. And I really, really, really need you guys to pay attention. Pay close attention here, because this is really going to help you to understand yourself better than you ever have. Your password, gentlemen, is a phrase, an act, a look, or anything a woman does or says that makes you blind to her red flags, vulnerable to her lies and deceptive tactics, and causes you to make bad and irrational decisions that benefit her and damages you. Let me repeat that. Your password is a phrase, an act, or anything that a woman does or says that blinds you to her red flags, makes you vulnerable to her lies and deceptive tactics, and causes you to make bad, irrational decisions that benefit her while simultaneously damaging you. All right, does that make sense to you guys? Now keep in mind that there are 3 variations. There are 3 main variations of passwords that women will use against you, and this is the new part. This is the new part of the password podcast that I'm adding here. Okay, and those 3 main variations that women use against you are action passwords, physical passwords, and spoken passwords. So let's go over each one here. First, let's go over action passwords. Action passwords tend to be sexual acts, right? Sex, blowjobs, allowing you to go backdoor, swallowing your load, letting you hit it raw, and so on and so forth. Modern women tend to use action passwords when they want something from you, tangibly or otherwise. On the tangible side, let's just say if a woman knows that all she has to do is suck your dick or have sex with you to get you to buy something for her, she is getting on her knees when that new iPhone comes out. Okay? Now, the most diabolical women will let you go backdoor and swallow your load for good measure because they know you simply cannot say no to her when she does these things. Now, on the intangible side, women will use your action password or passwords against you to secure your commitment, compliance, or tolerance, right? So, for example, if a woman wants you to commit and she knows that your action password is anal sex, she's going to enthusiastically suggest and even pretend to want it in her you-know-what more than anything. And for good measure, she will mimic your favorite porn star's narrative to ensure its effectiveness, okay? If she wants you to spend less time on your hobbies, she will literally tell you, look, I'll suck you off if you decide not to go on that mountain biking trip with your buddies this weekend, okay? If she wants you to be okay with her going to Vegas for a weekend girls trip, she will demand that you take off the condom and blow your loads in her all week long. Now, the more game and experience a man has with women, the fewer quote-unquote action passwords he has, right? This is why we tell you guys to smash as many women as humanly possible before settling down, okay? We don't instruct you guys to do this just for the sake of doing it, okay? We tell you these things, pardon me, in order to reduce your physical passwords. If you have smashed between 60 and 70 girls, you are far less likely to get bewitched by a girl who pretends that sucking dick is literally her favorite thing to do. Sucking your dick is her favorite thing to do, okay? Let's move to the physical passwords, okay? Physical passwords are the physical traits that a woman has that causes men to completely ignore her red flags, right? We all know what they are. A nice ass, right? Big tits, a navel piercing, nice legs. All of those are great examples of physical passwords that can cause men to overlook the fact that she's an IG model or is best friends with her ex, or has 3 kids by 3 different men. So for example, if a single mom who goes to the club every weekend has an ass like a Georgia peach, men with that password will overlook her club hopping proclivities, right? Guys, and I want you to understand this. This is the reason that most Instagram thoughts highlight one part of their body. Okay? Yes, they're doing it for business and OnlyFans, but what they're also doing is they're fishing for men with that particular password. Okay? Like a girl with nice tits will post pictures of herself in bikinis, crop tops, barely there white t-shirts, and so forth. Something that highlights her tits, right? The men who slide into her DMs with that password, that's who she wants. All right? Some girls who post pictures of nothing but their asses, right? The reason they're doing that is because they're targeting the men with the nice ass password. Again, the more physical passwords a woman possesses, the more men she will attract. A girl with a nice ass and huge knockers will attract more men than the flat-chested girl with an unbelievable ass. Does that make sense to you guys so far?
Yep.
I'll take your word for it. Oh, E40 says yes. All right. Now, spoken passwords, let's talk about those for a little bit. Spoken passwords are the most damaging because they have a lasting effect, all right? And there are 3 different types of spoken passwords. Let's go over them. There's the HTC spoken password, there is the FP spoken password, and then there is the MYFS spoken password. All 3 are highly effective and extremely detrimental to men, so let me explain them to you and how they work. The HTC passwords that women use are purposely meant to mislead and deceive you into thinking that she has certain habits, traits, and characteristics she doesn't actually have. Let me repeat that. The HTC passwords that women use are purposely meant to mislead and deceive you into thinking that she has certain habits, traits, and characteristics that she does not really have, right? This is why it is HTC. Habits, traits, characteristics, all right? Examples of an HTC spoken password. I'm a traditional woman. I only have sex when I'm in a relationship. Like, we've all heard that before. I don't have any guy friends. I respect and adore my father. I respect and admire my father, right? I love to cook, right? I'm loyal to a fault. Or I've even heard I can't stand girls who sleep around. In other words, guys, women use HTC spoken passwords to make you think she's something she is not. Let's go to the FP spoken passwords. The FP spoken passwords are the things that women say to make you believe that they are going to do something in the future. Gentlemen, these are false promises. Hence the FP spoken password label. Examples of FP spoken passwords are, I can't wait to have your children, right? Or if we get serious, I'm totally deleting my Instagram. Another one is, my family is going to love you. I am super submissive. You guys with me so far? Modern women use FP spoken passwords to make you think that she is going to do something she has absolutely no intention of doing. She knows she's not trying to have your children. She knows she's not deleting her Instagram for anyone. She knows she's never going to introduce you to her family, and she knows she is anything but submissive. But if a woman figures out that your password is any of these things, she will definitely use them against you. Now, the third type of spoken passwords are the MYFS passwords, the MIFS for short, which stands for makes you feel special. The purpose of the MIFS password is to make you think you're somehow unique or special, or maybe gives her something that no man has or ever will give her, right? Examples of a MYFS spoken password is, I've never felt this way before. You're the first guy I've really ever loved. We've all heard this, right? You're the best I've ever had in bed. You're unlike any guy I've ever dated. You're the only guy I've ever considered doing XYZ for or with, right? MYFS spoken passwords are the reason why law number 28 of the 49 laws of Sharp states that you will never be her biggest, her best, or her first, or her only. Take a look and listen. Law 28. You will never be her first, her only, her biggest, or her best. Do not make the egregious mistake of believing a woman when she tells you, you have the biggest cock I've ever seen. She tells you this to make you feel special and to make you think she can't get from anyone else what she gets from you. Resolving in your mind that your girl, or a woman you're dating, has been fucked better, has had bigger dicks in her than yours, and has done everything under the sun at least 24 times, with at least 24 men, will make things much easier when she tells you that the 6'4" black guy the two of you awkwardly ran into at the grocery store used to pound her senseless. This is part of the game. It's not easy to accept this, but you must. What all three variations of spoken passwords have in common is that they are always lies. Okay? The HTC, the FP, and the MYFS passwords are flat out lies. And this is exactly why men like us consistently instruct you guys to never believe what a woman says, but watch what he does. Watch what she does. Oops. Sorry about that. Now, when it comes to passwords in general, right? Sex is the most common password for today's men because we all know that most men don't get regular access to sex. If any woman lets him smash, he's ready to commit. And it doesn't matter. She could be obese, right? She could be in her 60s. She could have 4 kids, or she could be a black woman, right? If a man gives him regular access to butt, he's all in. Some guys' passwords is just a blowjob because they barely get those, right? She gives him sloppy top even one time, and he's ready to pay her phone bill. He's ready to pay her phone bill and buy her kid a new pair of Jordans. And if she swallows, now he's ready to put a ring on it, adopt the bastard kid, and then sign his birth certificate. For some guys, a big ass is a password. Thirsty black men in general will abandon all reason and rationale if they see a woman with a huge ass. Doesn't matter the shape, doesn't matter her race, doesn't matter her age. She could be in great shape or she could be morbidly obese. If a bitch has a big ass, he is willing to risk it all. For some men, big tits are his password. Again, her age, race, and body type doesn't matter either. If she's got big knockers, he's all in. Now, admittedly, one of my passwords used to be blondes with big fake tits, which is why I kept making the unfortunate decision to continue making strippers my girlfriends. And yes, every single one of them cheated on me. Okay? Everyone, all 6 of them did. He was either the bouncer or her ex or the DJ or the owner, whoever. All right? I made bad decisions, I ignored red flags, and I took unnecessary risks because blondes with big fake tits were my password. Now, all of this information is critical for men to understand so that they are aware of what to watch out for. However, something that a lot of guys are aware of but sometimes forget is that girls have the internet too, okay? You see, they also know about the manosphere and what it teaches men, right? Girls are starting to figure out that it takes more than just regular sex to get men of value to commit. They're beginning to understand that being hot and willing to take it in any hole isn't going to cut it anymore when it comes to locking down the top men out there. So instead of doing the right thing, which would be to stop sleeping around, learn to cook and clean, maybe adopting a kind, pleasant, agreeable disposition, and act like actual women, they are taking the easy way out and have started using certain phrases and behaviors to disarm our red pill conditioning so that they can continue to have carte blanche to do and say whatever they want and still get commitment and attention from men other than yourself. All right? And this shouldn't surprise anybody. Okay? It shouldn't surprise anybody. And the reason it shouldn't surprise you is because today's women never, ever do what's right, and they never do what's hard. They're always looking for a shortcut. They're always looking for a cheat code. I'll put it to you this way, and this is for you, Rouge, whatever the fuck your name is in Rumble. The American black woman is the prime example of this, okay? American black women have started to realize that the best black men are gravitating towards non-black women, particularly snow bunnies.
Is this a snow bunny situation?
Yep.
Yes, it is, Dr. Umar. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But instead of adopting a kind, feminine disposition, losing weight, and taking care of their natural hair, they like to use shortcuts like waist trainers, colored contacts, blonde wigs. All of this is a sad attempt to emulate their fairer-skinned competition. Unfortunately for them, the black men in demand, we see right through this, okay? Then they want to project their actions onto black men by using the shaming tactic of self-hate when it is they who are exhibiting self-hate by trying to change everything about themselves to become more attractive to the black men they want. Black women are still searching for the cheat code, but the late great Kevin Samuels already gave it to them when he told black women that they need to be fit, feminine, and friendly. I added the faithful part for good measure. Anyway. When modern women figured out that the men they want, didn't commit after banging them for a couple of weeks, they asked themselves, what can I do or say that will get me that man's commitment without having to really change anything? How can I get these men to chase my commitment without having to learn anything new or make myself a better woman? And this, gentlemen, is precisely how these passwords came into existence. Some girls call them cheat codes, others call them keys to maybe indicate that some of these phrases and actions unlock a man's desire to commit. There are all kinds of words out there, okay? But we are going to call them passwords. Now, speaking from personal experience, after all of my physical passwords were finally disabled, after getting screwed over by enough hot girls to understand that their hotness was bypassing my red pill conditioning, I wasn't as enamored with big booby blondes, with big boob blonde-haired bimbos anymore. This is how you grow, okay? Gentlemen, you need to understand that women these days know exactly what to say and how to say it. They know what to do and how to do it. They know what to do and how to do it by bypassing our common sense, our rationality, and our ability to compartmentalize certain things, okay? This causes us to think with our emotions rather than our reason and rationale. And at that point, they've got us exactly where they want us. So today, I'm going to talk about the 6 most ubiquitous passwords that today's women use to completely disarm even the most battle-hardened red pill men. Number 1, I feel safe with you. Let me refer you to a TSR live episode talking about how I was disarmed by a password. Take a look and listen. Russian girl. I think she was Ukrainian. When I was in Vegas. Her name was Tatiana. She may have been Russian. I can't remember, but her name was Tatiana. I actually talked about her yesterday. Beautiful girl. Gorgeous girl. Long blonde hair. Dude, gorgeous sky blue eyes. Now, she did have small boobs, which was kind of a drawback, but she had an unbelievable ass, which more than made up for her small bra size. Anyway, Tatiana and I were walking down Flamingo Road, and I'll never forget this. And we go to cross the street, and I reached over and I pulled her back to the sidewalk because there was a motorcycle speeding along the side of the road. Now, Tatiana was maybe, 105, maybe 106 after she ate a shrimp salad, which was her favorite food in the world. So I was able to just kind of yank her back to me. She looked me in the eye and said, "Donovan, I feel so safe with you." In her thick Ukrainian accent. And I was like, no! It was like when Achilles caught that arrow in his Achilles heel. I knew she had disarmed me, guys. I knew that she had just bypassed all of my red pill programming, but there was nothing I could do about it. You guys ever seen that movie, Awake? It was like Hayden Christensen's character in the movie Awake when he wakes up mid-surgery because the anesthesia has worn off, but he couldn't move or talk, but he could still feel everything. He knew he was vulnerable, but there was nothing he could do about it. Fast forward. Turns out, Tatiana had a boyfriend the entire time I was dating him. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! And when I found out about it, guys, I was sick. Oh, my God. Dude. It took me a good long while to completely get over her. Like I said yesterday, man, that heartbreak was almost as bad as my heartbreak with Amy. And if you're a patron, you're going to hear about that story on Friday at 5 p.m. when I release episode 4, The Worst Heartbreak of My Life. Anyway, Tatiana had scores of red flags. But when she told me she felt safe with me, it completely blinded me to all of those things. And because of that, she was able to play me like a fiddle. I was the side dude who thought he was the main dude. I'm here to tell you guys, that is a rude awakening. And guys, it took me such a long time to get over her because I really loved her. Like, I really loved her. I thought she was different in a lot of ways, but looking back, she was really no different from any other Vegas slut who slept around, right? Okay, so she had an accent. She had these beautiful eyes I'd never seen before. And, she was from Eastern Europe, but she was just like the typical American girl who sleeps around and plays games and lies. Girls like to say stuff like, well, I have so much fun with you. The reason, gentlemen, that the phrase, I feel safe with you, is so powerful is because it makes us feel like a man, right? Like, when a woman verbalizes that she feels physically safe for you, it almost has a way of making you feel prideful in the fact that a woman is putting her physical trust in you, right? Like, knowing that a woman knows, or at least thinks she can relax because she knows that you can physically protect her. Guys, that's a masculine characteristic. Just like women trade on our provider instinct by playing the damsel in distress, they also trade on our instinct to protect them by verbalizing their trust in your ability to keep them from physical danger. Okay? Then hearing that from an attractive woman, at that adds even more. Okay? Now, the mistake we make as men is we start to think, yeah, I'm the only man she feels safe with. When a beautiful woman physically trusts you and your ability to protect her and says so, it has a profound effect on you. She feels safe with me. There's a lot of pride there, right? A lot of ego investment. And women know and understand this very, very clearly. Like I said before, women are extremely adept at tapping into a man's instinct to provide and protect. Now, on the other side, we exploit their instinct with game and seduction, right? Women like boldness, so we act bold. Women like strength, so we lift weights, so we can look strong and be strong. Women like men who can defend themselves, so we learn to fight. Women are attracted to talent, so we cultivate talent. Now, even though these things obviously benefit us as well, this doesn't mean that we're not tapping into their biological imperatives as well, right? And if we have any deficiencies, as men, what we do is we find communities like this to learn how to interact with women in such a way that makes us more attractive to them. Again, this is called game. But the difference is when we do it, the world calls it manipulation and exploitation. But when women do it, it is perfectly okay. Now, the reason why their gambits, women's gambits, are more effective than ours is because more men are trying to impress women than women are trying to impress men, right? Like, listen, women get men thrown at them all the time. The supply of male attention, it is at an all-time high, so all that attention is worth a lot less to them. Well, we as men, unless we are in the top 5, maybe 10%, the average man doesn't get pussy thrown at him all day, every day, like women do in terms of dick. They just don't. Anyway, with this particular password, women don't necessarily have to say, I feel safe with you, right? If there's a loud noise, she'll quickly get behind you. Right? Or if there's a fight, or if there is a shouting match going on in your proximity, she'll grab your arm and pull you closer. Okay? They do this in many, many other ways. When a woman says or shows that she feels safe with you, she might actually feel safe with you. But gentlemen, you need to be very cognizant of your reaction when she does this. And most importantly, and I need you to listen, do not let her see that it has affected you. If she says, I feel safe with you, simply say, yeah, I know. And don't look at her. Do not give her the impression that this has affected you. Because if you do, she will see that that is your password and she will continue to push that button until you are under her complete control. Password number, wait a minute. Let's see. Password number 2. Password number 2. Oops, sorry about that. Password number 2 is, you're the biggest I've ever had. We just heard law number 28 of the 49 laws of Sharp, right? You will never be her biggest, her best, her first, or her only. Gentlemen, the reason why women like to tell you that you have the biggest dick they've ever had, it's to stroke our egos, okay? This, again, plays on another male instinct, which is to be a woman's best lover, right? In a man's mind, the bigger a sausage you have, the better lover you are. Obviously, this is not the case a lot of times, right? And listen, I'm sure that there are a lot of guys out there who have, cocktail wiener-sized dongs who can make women gush like Niagara Falls. But even those guys wish they had a bigger dick. Dude, hell, even I want a bigger dick, and I'm well above average. It's just a man thing. This is how we are. So the real question is why is having a huge dong so important to us? Why does it have such an intense effect on the male id when a woman tells us that we are the biggest that she's ever had? Well, look, I'm sure that there are many answers to this, but one that jumps into my mind is that it almost works like sort of a, stay with me here, like a secondary virginity almost, right? If a woman actually, like if a woman actually convinces you that you are the biggest she's ever had, her body count ceases to matter, right? Like, and think about this. Let's just say in some crazy world that you absolutely know that you are the biggest dick a woman has ever had. Like, you just know this, and there's no real way to know, but let's just say that you are. You don't really care about her body count because you're the biggest she's ever had, right? It's almost like a secondary virginity. I'm the guy that stretched her out the most. I'm the guy that hits her cervix, not those other guys, right? Women know rather, that if they can actually talk you into believing that you have the biggest dong that she's ever had in her, she knows that no matter how many guys she's been with, you're going to think to yourself, okay, so she slept with 174 guys, but I'm the biggest she's ever had. So no one has penetrated her like I have. So she's never felt that kind of sex before. Women also like to tell us that we are the best lovers she ever had. But guys, that is never, ever the truth. Nope. Ever. Right? Dude, honestly, as much as women are getting fucked these days, it is a mathematical certainty that your woman has been fucked by bigger dicks than you. Guys, listen, I'm even going to include well, what about you, Donovan? Myself included. Gentlemen, I am 412% certain that I am not the biggest dick that Devin's ever taken. And I am 748% certain that I am certainly not the best she's ever had. Now, Devin hasn't told me this one way or the other. But knowing women like I do, I know this to be the truth. And the thing is I couldn't give less of a shit, right? Now, these days, I'm a little bit, listen, I care a little bit more because I'm getting a little bit older. My performance isn't what it used to be. And, I love Devin a lot more than I used to, right? Right? And it's not that I actually care whether or not she has an orgasm, but in my mind, my ability to give her the silent shakes is really more about stroking my ego, right? I don't ever think to myself, oh, great, Devin had an orgasm tonight. I'm so happy for her. No, fam. I'm thinking, yeah, I gave that bitch the silent shakes with the rod of God. It has literally nothing to do with her satisfaction and everything to do with my ego. Anyway, as a man, you need to resolve in your mind that you are highly unlikely to be the best lover she's ever had. You are even less likely to be the biggest dick she's ever taken. Now, you can certainly change these things, but that takes time and effort. And if that's something you want to undertake for your ego's sake, I'm not mad at you. But for the time being, you really need to understand that you will never be her biggest or her best, okay? This is why law number 11 says that the less you care about a woman's needs in bed, the more she will care about pleasing you. And guess what? This has absolutely nothing to do with your size or performance, okay? Just be a selfish bastard in bed and she will be unselfish with you. This has never failed me, guys. The more that I have cared about a woman's needs in bed, the less she cared about mine. So when I stopped caring, they started caring. Anyway, didn't mean to go off on that tangent. I've had plenty of girls tell me that I'm the biggest they've ever had, right? Or I've had plenty of girls tell me I'm the biggest or the best they've ever had. Guys, I just ignore them, man. Maybe they were telling me the truth, but probably not. Either way, I don't give a shit. Okay? And that's why when women tell me this, where women used to tell me this, I ignore them. Fortunately for me, this was never a password of mine because, of course, I had a lot of that experience. This password also applies to law number 28. And I'll tell you guys a quick story. Let me tell you guys a quick story here. You guys will like this. I had a fight party at my place for the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight back in 2015, right? I had a bunch of people over for the fight, and I allowed people to bring whoever they wanted. So, I don't know, there were maybe 25, 30 people crammed into my tiny apartment. I wasn't at the Soho yet. It was, yeah. But it was a good time, right? Mayweather won decisively as usual. Anyway, I started fucking one of the girls who came to the party. Her name was Jennifer. And, dude, I used to fuck this chick like I hated her, and she could not get enough. Well, one night, I remember her telling me, I've never had a guy be so rough with me. It's the first time I've tried it, and I love it. I did not believe her for 1 second.
Nope.
Not a second. Right? Listen, we had great sex though, right? She did whatever I wanted. It was great. Anyway, girls will always tell you, you're the first guy I've ever had unprotected sex. You're the only guy I've ever had unprotected sex with. But then a week later, you'll find out she's got 2 kids. Girls will tell you, well, that's the first time I've ever let a guy go backdoor on me, forgetting that she told you about the backdoor sausage party she had with the college football team on the train tracks. Choo-choo. Girls will also tell you, well, that's the first time I've ever been handcuffed. But she forgot to tell you that her last situationship was literally Christian Grey. Girls will tell you, I've never worn heels while getting smashed, but then she forgot to tell you about her ex-boyfriend, who was some douchebag named Donovan, who never met a pair of heels he didn't like. Now keep in mind, gentlemen, keep in mind, they don't just use this for sexual situations. They also use this for emotional and circumstantial situations. You're the first guy I've ever fallen so hard for. You're the first guy. You're the only guy that I've ever introduced to my parents. You're the first guy. You're the only guy I've ever introduced to my friends. You're the first guy. You're the only guy I've ever introduced to my kids. You weren't the first guy, okay? You weren't. They like to say, well, you're the first guy, the only guy I've ever cooked for. The list goes on and on. Gentlemen, if a woman ever tells you, if a woman ever calls you her first or only, it is 374% bullshit. She's told at least 38 men, pardon me, she told the last 38 men who injected her with their DNA exactly the same thing. Never forget that. Password number 3. Oop. I want to have your children. Now, this particular password falls under the FP spoken password category, false promises. Okay, this password taps into another male instinct. You guys starting to see a theme here? You guys starting to see a theme? Every one of these passwords taps into some sort of natural male instinct. This is how modern women exploit men these days. Okay? Anyway, I want to have your children. This one taps into a man's instinct to spread his seed, to pass on his genes and his legacy. And women know this. Newsflash, gentlemen, she don't want your kids.
Nope.
Okay? She wants your commitment. And if kids are a means to an end, then so be it as far as she's concerned. Okay, but she doesn't want kids just to be having kids. She doesn't want a kid with you just because she wants a kid with you. No, she wants access to your resources. Tatiana, back to Tatiana. She told me she wanted a copy of me. She said she wanted a little boy just like me. Okay, dude, we talked about it all the time. Dude, she used to send me pictures of mixed babies all the time. Used to come up with names for them, talk about where he or she would go to school, all that stuff. Now, I just want you guys to think about that for a second. I just want you guys to think about this for a second. Okay? I am over 5 years into my red pill renaissance, and I am actually entertaining thoughts of having a child with this woman. That is how powerful these passwords are. When I say that these passwords bypass your red pill conditioning, I'm not kidding. Guys, I was Donovan, King Dingaling, Vegas slut slaying, sports car driving, penthouse owning, cocaine snorting, whiskey drinking stripper fucking sharp. And I am actually thinking about having a child with a woman who wasn't even my girlfriend. I thought she was my girlfriend, as you guys heard in the clip earlier. Anyway, Tatiana used that strategy to keep her hooks on me, and surprise, surprise, it worked very, very well. Women know men want to have kids. Okay, they know that it is in our DNA to pass on our DNA. And when a beautiful woman says to you that she wants to have children with you, it's like she's choosing you, right? And your masculine firmware knows it knows that women can only give birth to so many children. And the fact that out of every man on the face of the earth, she is choosing you to procreate with, that is not a small thing, guys. Okay? That has a powerful effect on a man. I'm here to tell you. And if you are not aware of this, you will not be able to help yourself. Again, I speak from personal experience. Women tap into this and they exploit it to keep you around and make you think that she wants to have one of your children for no other reason but that she just wants your DNA to make a baby with. That particular password, I want to have your children, that's got the gravitational pull of a planet 10 times the size of Earth itself. Gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, do not allow a woman to trick you into thinking she wants to have a child with you. It's not about you. It is about exploiting you. Nothing more. Password number 4. Stop me if you've heard this before. I've never felt this way about anyone. Now, this one, again, falls under the MYFS spoken password category. This is one of the go-to favorites for girls. And even though most men are probably aware of this, they still fall for it, right? Every one of us in here has heard it. We know it's bullshit, yet we still fall for it, right? Like, she's been engaged twice. She's had at least 2 abortions. She's had 6 boyfriends in the last 6 months. And it took forever for her to get over her last ex-boyfriend. But you still believe the way she feels about you is unlike anything she's ever felt for anyone ever? If you believe this when a woman tells you this, that's on you, dude. Even the bluest of blue pill men knows this is never true. Guys, I played on my last call-in show. I played that extended conversation with Dasher. You guys remember him? Dasher was the Canadian guy who thought that he had found a virgin. He thought he found a virgin. She used Dasher's passwords at every turn. So much so that even though Dasher hadn't talked to her in 10 fucking months, he actually said out of his mouth, "I still believe I have a chance. I still believe she wants to marry me. She wants to marry me even though she told me she doesn't. She still wants to marry me even though she's with someone else." That's how powerful passwords are. Those passwords are so powerful, this man actually thought that even though this woman was fucking someone else, she secretly wanted to marry him. Gentlemen, if she says this to you, I've never felt this way about anyone, okay? You need to have one foot out the door because at this point, she's probably getting desperate. Password number 5. This is a big one. You own me. This one is under the HTC spoken password category. Law number 1 of the 49 Laws of Sharp, as well as my opening statement in my theme, is that a woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. Listen.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn.
Right? And here's the thing, gentlemen. Women know they don't belong to you. They know there is not a man on the face of the earth that will ever truly own them forever. But again, when women use these passwords, they are tapping into that natural male instinct. This is why they're able to manipulate men so easily with this strategy. You own me is accessing a man's DNA in ways that really go back as far as the beginning of time. It also probably has traces of dom-sub relationships, right? The dom and the sub. When a woman actually tells you that you own her, what she is playing at is she is trying to make you believe subconsciously that she cannot leave unless you decide to let her go. She is attempting to show you the ultimate form of submission in the form of relinquishing her own autonomy to you. Men have no idea that when a woman tells him this, it automatically switches his mind into I possess her mode, right? I own her because she belongs to me. She can't go anywhere because she's my possession. What this mindset does, gentlemen, is it tamps down our natural instinct to protect a woman from herself. In other words, believing that you actually possess a woman causes you to take a lackadaisical approach to protecting a woman from herself. You let her go to bars and clubs with her friends because, well, she's not going anywhere. She belongs to me. She's not going to hook up with anybody because she's my possession. The guys who go the most mental when they find out they've been cheated on, those are the guys who are more than likely the men who are told, you own me by their girlfriends. Gentlemen, never believe a woman who says that you own her. You don't. She doesn't belong to you. She belongs to the streets. Never forget that. Password number 6 rather. I think I'm falling in love with you. Guys, this is the Hail Mary of passwords. Women try this one when all else fails. Okay, she's tried all the other passwords, so she's trying this one as a last-ditch effort to fool you into thinking she's worth committing to before she's actually proven her worth. Women tend to use this one when they sense that maybe you're about to leave or when they get the feeling that you're not going to commit. And a lot of times they do this out of desperation. And listen, we see it on The Bachelor all the time, right? We'll see a girl who has a bad date, or we'll see a girl who's involved in some sort of drama, right? And she thinks all of that might take her out of the running. So what does she do? She goes running to The Bachelor in tears and makes up a story that makes her the victim, right? And if she thinks her acting job isn't working, or if she gets the feeling that she might be on her way out or not going to get a rose, she pulls the "I think I'm falling in love with you" card to try to stay in the Bachelor mansion for another week. I'm falling in love with you, gentlemen. It is also a litmus test to see if they can manipulate you. And if you reciprocate what she says by telling her the same thing, she knows she's got you. If a woman tells you she thinks she's falling in love with you, here's her answer. Well, it's about time. You will both piss her off and turn her on at the same time. Again, I speak from personal experience. In the end, guys, there are many more passwords. Many more passwords. I'm sure a lot of you guys can come up with a lot of them, right? But what they all have in common is that they are all designed to make you feel special or unique. They're all designed to make you feel like she can't get what she gets from you from anyone or anywhere else. She won't cheat on me. She feels safe with me. I protect her. She won't fuck around on me. I've got the biggest dick she's ever had. I fuck her the best. She wants my kid. She wants to have my baby. So why would she step out on me? But here's what most men don't consider when women tell them these things. Okay, fine. So she says she feels safe with you. Even if that were true, do you really think you're the only man she feels safe with? Right? Like, did it ever occur to you that even though she feels safe with you, that she might have felt safer with other men in the past? Or feel safer with other men now? Okay. So she says you're the first guy she's ever had anal sex with, huh? Okay. Then why did she suggest it? Why did she not hesitate to bend over and arch her back for you? And why did it seem like she had done this many times before? Oh, I'm sorry. You thought it was your golden cock that made her want to take you in her ass? Yeah, that's right. You're special.
Nope.
Okay, so she said she wants to have kids with you, huh? Did she explain her first 2 abortions to you? Here's another question. You think you're the first guy she's wanted to have kids with? Here's a better question. You think you'll be the last? The point is, gentlemen, you are not special. You are not unique. She has 245% swallowed the loads many men before you. You are not the first guy she fucked on the Ferris wheel or in the elevator. You're not the only man she's told she wants to have kids with. She has had bigger cocks in her, and she has definitely been fucked better. Do not make the egregious mistake of allowing a woman to make you feel unique or special. Do not allow a woman to make you feel like you are one in a million. No, my guy.
Nope.
You are one of a million. You're a dime a dozen. Yeah, fuck you, Donovan. I'm red pill aware and I live the red pill life. Oh, okay. So that means she's telling you the truth, right? Because you're Captain fucking Red Pill. Women tell you the truth all the time, huh? Even if she were telling you the truth in any of these incidents or scenarios, don't you think for one hot fucking second that you're the only one on her radar? Gentlemen, women always have a backup plan in case you don't take the bait. And remember, do not forget this. If one password doesn't work, women will keep trying until they find it. I feel safe with you, Donovan. Now, my response would be, well, of course you do. I'm bigger than you are. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try this one. I want to have your children, Donovan. You know what my response is? Yeah, get in line. Damn, okay, well, that one didn't work. You have the biggest dick ever, Donovan. My response, if I had a nickel for every woman if I had a nickel for every time a woman told me I was the biggest or the best she's ever had, I'd be rich. Okay, well, that didn't work. And so on and so forth. Gentlemen, if a woman tries to make you feel unique or special, or give you the impression that what they get from you can't be gotten anywhere else, she is manipulating you. She's manipulating you. Of course your girl has had bigger dicks than her. She went to the University of Miami and hung out in the athletic dorms. Of course she wants to have kids with you. Her last boyfriend knows that she's batshit crazy and fucked her with 8 condoms on. You ain't special. You ain't special, man. I actually had a client, now that I'm thinking about it. I had a consultation client a while back. Told me that his girlfriend told him that she was a huge germaphobe. Doesn't like touching anybody or anything, right? Everything is nasty and disgusting. One of the types of bitches that wears a small bottle of hand sanitizer around her neck at all times, kind of germaphobe. But for some reason, For some reason, Donovan, she said, I can't keep my hands off of you. Well, apparently she couldn't keep her hands off the guy she walked up to her hotel room with either, when a private investigator caught it all on camera. True story, guys. True story, guys. Okay? Know your passwords, gentlemen. Know your passwords. Because these bitches out here are constantly trying to hack your brain. They're trying to figure out what the shortcut is. They're trying to figure out what the cheat code is. They're trying to figure out which Trojan horse is going to get them through the gates to wreak havoc in your life. They're not trying to do things the hard way, and they're damn sure not trying to do things the right way. They're all looking for the easy way. Because trust me when I tell you, if you do not figure out what your password is, there is a 394% chance that she will. And most modern women rather, are aware of a man's password before he is. And if she figures it out before you do, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Understand this, guys. Women are only as genuine as their mission dictates. Okay? If she says or does anything that makes you feel special or unique, you need to tamp down those feelings. You need to shrug off what she said or did and understand that all she is doing is trying to lull you into a false sense of security so that she can drain you of your resources, your time, and your sanity, while she fucks Dave, the unemployed garage band guitar player, who may or may not be headed to jail for another probation violation. Think with your big head, gentlemen. Make sure you know your passwords before women do. All right, we got some people in the chat here. Ken Rose with the $5 super chat. Says, greetings, Donovan. Says, I might be wrong, but I think feminism only enriches government and corporations. Absolutely. 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 Yeah. Feminism, dude, feminism is freaking crazy. Feminism's crazy. Oh, yeah, Bill George on the Rumble side says, gray divorce is killing America. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Rouge Elite says, I don't agree with the tattoo rule. Yeah, you don't say. Of course you don't, Rouge. Shit, black... Of course you don't agree with the tattoo rules because black women all have fucking tattoos. He says, I disagree. Black women have been improving. Oh, my... You know what, Rouge Elite? You know what, Rouge Elite? Hey, you know what? Let me give you a Don DeMarco, my guy. Let me give you a Don DeMarco. If you think that black women are improving, by all means, go off and wife one of them up. Don't let me stop you. Don't let me stop you. Right? If you think tatted up black women make good long-term relationship mates, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. I'm not going to stop you, but we'll be here to help you pick up the pieces when that relationship goes awry. Of that, I'm certain. And something smells good. Hold on. Something smells good down there. Is Devin making something? Hold on. Wait, hold on. What are you cooking? I think Devin's making something down there. That smells good. Smells good. Ooh, Level Up Man says, my physical password used to be knee-high boots, bruh. Dude, I've had many physical passwords. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Miffs is definitely mine. Yep, Robert Anderson. Listen, dude, I'm telling you, man. Listen, we've all fallen victim to him, man. We all really have. And here's the thing. Dude, guys, I've been out the game for years, man. So I'm not really aware of what my passwords are because it's been a while. Oh, shit, Jason Tatum's playing. Oh, shit. I cannot believe Jason Tatum is playing again. That's unbelievable. This dude blew out his Achilles. Unbelievable. Level Up Man says, I need you right now. I don't think that's a password. I think that's just a woman being horny. But listen, that could still be a password. If she wants some dick, hey, I need you right now. Hey, that's a password for easy dick, right? THN says, never trust a big button to smile. That girl is poison. Main Rouge says, women talk. Pardon me. Oh, wait a minute. Women talk to our second brains. Yes, they do. Oh Oh my God. Devin is making chicken. Oh my God. She is making chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Oh, for the love of God. For the love of God. See, Devin knows that my password is whatever she cooks at night. Holy moly. God, chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Yep, she just put it in the, she just texted me. She says, your password now is me telling you what's for dinner. Yep, that's about it. That sounds about right to me. Oh my God. That's funny. James Hancock says, it's like a form of alpha widowing. The Level Up Man says, when you blast her out on the first date, I usually don't do that. Oh my goodness. Dasher, 49225 is in the house. Dasher's in the house, says, the key is to not seek to be her first or best or biggest, but just enjoy the moment while it lasts until our turn is over. If we happen to be the best or another one after us, then cool for her. Well, how about that? There we go. That's what I'm talking about, Dasher. Guys, this is why I do what I do. Listen to this man. Dasher's another fucking person. Is that even you? Like, is that even, like, I don't even, dude, I don't know who you are anymore. Man, good for you, man. Fucking A. Unbelievable. I don't know why Aaron Moses put, Aaron, you put a picture of a girl's ass in Discord. Not bare ass, just, you know, like I can see, like, I can't see the cheeks. I can't see the cheeks. Oh, nope, he deleted it. I got the Discord up right now in the main chat. I think Aaron Moses accidentally posted. No, it was a picture of her laying down on a couch with pants on, but it was definitely some cakes. It was definitely some cheeks. G. Lee says, I had a Russian girl tell me that. I told her it was over that day. A year later, I saw her pushing a stroller. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's insane. Holy cannoli. FP3, let me go ahead and pull this up because I know it's about to come up. Very good. BS Profile says, the last woman I was with definitely hit my passwords. Bro, we've all been there. Guys, I'm telling you, brah, we've all been there, man. We have all been there, dude. We have all been there. Robert Anderson says, all of these are too familiar, bro. Telling you, man, that's how it is. That's how it is. Legend Said says, female manipulation, absolutely. Black Russian Lam says, it's always Jermaine's fault. Yeah, right. Salander 1313 says, that last one got me a couple of times. Dude, I've been got by that a few times. Look, listen, who hasn't been got by this? I think I'm falling in love with you, dude. We've all, man, we've all gotten got. We've all gotten got, man. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't fall for any of these, man. Like, and the reason I can speak with such certainty about these is because I've been there. Like, I've fallen for these passwords and paid the price. BS Profile says we're disposable in their point of view. Yeah, we are. THN ZXC says, my ex-wife used to say, you fuck with me, you stuck with me. Caught her cheating. Yeah, right, exactly. Oh, you're stuck with me, you're never getting rid of me. Yeah, of course she cheated. Of course she did. Ooh, Jay Blaze says, a woman's tears is a lot of men's passwords. Uh-oh. You guys ever heard the song, the laptop is always better when the stripper is crying? I think it's like an old school song by it's by the Bloodhound Gang. Hold on, let me look. They almost call it a laptop. The lap dance is always better when the stripper is crying. Hold on, the lap dance is always better when the stripper is crying. I thought it was by the Bloodhound Gang. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's by the Bloodhound Gang. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper's crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper's crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. A lap dance is so much better Black Russian Lam says, next time y'all go food shopping, stop and look outside the supermarket and see how many wee man check themselves out in the reflection of the window. All of them. They always shopping for bigger. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, no. Oh, Jay Blaze says, a Latina calling you Poppy. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, man. Dude, when a Latinas call you Poppy, it's like, meh. Dr. 84 says, dirty talk is mine. Dirty talk's not a password, because if she's talking dirty to you, that means you're fucking her. Right. Oh, well, I don't know. I guess dirty talk. Yeah, you know, I guess that would. Yeah, I guess a woman who talks extra dirty. That makes sense. Phoenix Light Game says, thanks to my dad, tears were never a problem for me. He would always tell me that women would cry as a tactic. It was difficult, but he taught me how to be indifferent to women crying. Dude, good for you, man. Yes, Big Ole says, USA plays Brazil in 2 minutes. Yes, I will be watching both the World Baseball Classic and Free Practice 3 here in about 10 minutes. I'm going to have FP3 on the big screen. I'm going to have the World Baseball Classic on the laptop or on the iPad. The Bloodhound, the laptop. I keep calling it the laptop. NASDAQ Scalper says, is that the guy from Pop the Balloon? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. Hi, Poppy. Oh, you guys do remember that. You guys do know that. Okay. BS Profile says, physical passwords, LOL. I have way too many of those. Yeah, man. You know it. Let's see. Look, Vegas Pro Gambler says, number 4 is solid. Hear that all the time. Let's give us a reminder. I've never felt this way about anyone. Yeah. Oops.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap, biatch. Stop the cap. Stop the cat. Black Scorpio 707 says, my passwords are a nice ass and hella good sloppy toppy. Hey, man, you feel me? You feel me? That's how that goes. Look, y'all know what time it is. Oh, no. Abram Outlaw with the $5 super set said, I'm still got. Choked my chicken while I was looking at our videos last night. Was crying. No, Abram, bro. Abram, look, man. Look, check it out. We need to start a GoFundMe for Abram Outlaw. Okay? We need to go. Oh, wait a minute. No. Was not the guy from Pop the Balloon. No. Dasher was definitely not the guy from Pop the Balloon. No. The guy Dasher was not from Pop the Balloon. No. Dasher was someone who had called into my show back in like 2022. Then he called in back in 2024. And that just, it didn't end well for him. Oh, listen. We need to start a GoFundMe for Abram Outlaw 4279, guys. You guys remember Abram Outlaw 4279? He was Mike in Maryland, right? Black Scorpio says Mike needs an intervention stat. Yes, he does. Yes, we need an intervention. Mike, surrender your phone at once. It's for your own good, Mike. Surrender your phone at once. It is for your own good. We will return the phone. We will return the phone once the videos in question have been deleted and off the cloud. Dude, she must have, I'm gonna tell you what, man. That pussy must have been fire. That shit must have been dude, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Like, and listen, and look, man, don't get me wrong, man. Look. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I ain't never been in Mike's situation. I've never had videos, but dude, like when you lose a bitch that you used to fuck and was real and was hot, oh my God. Losing hot bitches always fucking sucks because you're thinking about someone else fucking them like you did. Oh, yeah. There is Jason fucking Tatum. I cannot believe. Can you believe Jason Tatum is playing basketball right now? That is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I cannot believe Jason Tatum. Like, I can't believe he's on the court right now. This is insane. Wow. I'll tell you what, man. Science and medicine is just... Does he trust it? I'm just nervous watching him. Oh, shit. Damn, and the foul. Okay, sorry, y'all. All right, guys. I am going to. I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. We've got a big sports weekend. Big sports weekend. Obviously, we've got the World Baseball Classic. We've got IndyCar. We've got NASCAR. Jesus Christ! Like, there's all dude. F1, Formula One. We got the race on Saturday night. Jesus. Charlie LeBron with the $2 super chat says, my ex used to dress up goth and sit on my lap. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Look, man, hold on. Let me see if I can find the, hold up. See, I don't, I don't make Devin wear, just normal heels. Oh, no. No, I make Devin, nah, see, you see those? See those right there? See those on the bottom, on the bottom left? Let me remove the hashtag hater bait. Yeah, those are the yeah. We don't do those. We don't do those. We don't do those normal types of heels. No. Those are kind of heels that should be either pointed at the ceiling or the wall, straight up. Obviously. Yep. See, look. Let me remove the hater bait. See that? See that? Right there on the bottom left. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, dude. We don't fuck around here at the Sharp Family compound. Here, let me remove the hater bait. Look at the heels she's wearing here. Same deal. These are stripper heels. All of these are stripper heels. These aren't stripper heels, but, she was cooking. Right? Dude, chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Yep, same deal. Look. See that? See that? Stripper heels. Both stripper heels. Straight up. Oh, more. Let me remove the hater bait. Yep. Stripper heels. Guys, I'm telling you. We don't fuck around. We don't fuck around here. We don't fuck around over here, man. When I say, hey, I make her wear hoops and heels, I'm not talking about them little 3-inch jump offs. I'm not talking about them little 3-inch jump offs you get at Payless. Oh, no. No. I get them from the stripper store, straight up. The stripper store, straight up. Yes, sir. That's her working out. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. You know it. That's right. Uh-huh. All right. Oh, Bad Sneakers with the $10 Rumble rant said, mine stocking with those boots. Dude, real shit. Y'all ain't lying. Y'all are not lying. You guys are not lying. All right, guys, I am going to now take my leave. The next time you guys see me, my next broadcast, by the way, is going to be the Sunday consultations, guys. Sunday consultations every Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do my free one-on-one dating and relationship consultations. If anybody has a dating or relationship situation that they need to be addressed, call your boy. I'll take very, 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 very good care of you. Jose Garcia says, mine is fishnets. Fishnets look good. They do. I need heels. To me, I don't care. Listen, I don't care what a woman wears as far as lingerie is concerned. Every woman looks better. Well, every good-shaped woman. Women always look better in heels. Doesn't matter what they're wearing. Whether they're wearing nothing, just a bra, just panties. No, High heels for the W. High heels for the W. That's going to do it. Pardon me. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should do my outro. Should I do my outro? I actually need another, I've got an,